Riot was created to solve a highly debated fact that parents and teens seem to have a hard time communicating. Look, I'm not here to debate all the facts, just giving you tools to bridge up the gap without going back and forth with the particulars that don't particularly serve. And no kind of function in building construction, so why do I bother to give it the nerve? I would prefer to hear some suggestions to give me some lessons on how to defer. T plus F equals A, thought plus feelings equals action. Now I know how to break it down in sections inside of my brain so I can see what is happening. Chapter 1. Dare to be different, finding myself, defining myself, expressing myself like it's nobody else. Now I kick fear and pride off of the shelf. Go in the inner me, get all the energy needed to kill all my enemies literally. Put them in a place where they don't want to be lyrically, audibly. Don't nobody go as hard as me. Chapter 2. These are my thoughts. Where is my head? Law of attraction, the law of alignment. Releasing those thoughts that I'm better. Welcome to Chapter 5 of Riot, Language of the Unheard. Relationship intensified observational training in full effect. Life after the lesson is what we're about to get into, guys. When we think of a lesson being taught, most of us generally go to a school or some formatted lesson, correct? But what about the lesson that life teaches us? The ones that we learn from the experience. They say experience is the best teacher, right? What a person believes heavily dictates what they do. That's why where attention goes, energy flows holds so true. You must watch where you place your attention. All right, there's a statement there that say, what did it say? What's the statement? To be what you live, right? When they say to believe, it literally means to be what you live. Those words is in that order. All right, be the lie until the evening part of your life. It's all kind of ways to break words down. That was the word believe, okay? If you're calling those things that be not as though they are, you are literally reaching into the unmanifested and making reality yours. It's your perception. Perception is the basis of reception. You can't run from this principle. Some would call that a lie, but so be it. Okay, it's a reality to you. All right? It don't have to be negative. It's all about making it your reality. That's it. And this includes everything. Everything. When life provides you a lesson, you learn it and apply it. The next time you face it, whatever happens in your life, you find your part in the situation and simply heal yourself. Forgive you first. In my humble opinion, there's no real negative and positive in life. Things just is. So we accept them and we respond accordingly. That's how you have life after the lesson. You don't get stuck. Simple as that. And where do you get stuck? Mentally. So let's talk about coping with rejection. Rejection. The dismissing or refusing of a proposal, idea, etc. What would that mean to an individual who has confidence in themselves? You reject me. I could care less, truthfully, with all peace and humbleness, with no uncertainty. Okay. What is confidence then? All right. It's the feeling of belief that one can rely on someone or something firm, trust. What if you have that in yourself? That's why if you don't know who you are, people will voluntarily tell you who they think you are. Who got time for that? Not I, said the cat. Once you have confidence in yourself, the coping or dealing with the actual refusal or request of idea of somebody, it doesn't even matter. It will handle itself. All you have to do is just move forward. So what is facing shame once you have confidence? All right? Shame, a painful feeling of humiliation or distress caused by consciousness of wrong or foolishness behavior. All right, the etymology of the word or where it comes from, Old English, scamu, right? Dishonor goes through a bunch of statements, dramatic, scamu, scama, schema, scama, but all of it is scheme, all right? The covering, all right? Notice in all the nationalities depicted in that word, it's a lot of them, all right? You find a consistency of the word scheme, all right? Which is a creation of the mind. We must remain aware of the mind-created drama that we put ourselves through and then hold everybody else accountable for. We all kind of do that. So this is not a finger-pointing contest, but something that we need to recognize and fix within ourselves, all right? This is what RIOT is about. Relationship intensified observational training. We go to straight specific parts and we deal with it. All right. And by dealing with it, just becoming aware of it. A lot of times we suppress things and hide things because we don't want to become aware of it, because then we become accountable. We're going to get it together. All right. So once we understand that life is a series of connected lessons to be learned, we realize very quickly that there's nothing to be ashamed of. You simply correct the behavior that's not working for you and move on. That's the end of that. Okay? So let's process this pain now. This pain, I'm not denying it. I know it's painful, but it's psychological pain. It's going on within your mind, mostly. Okay? So not many people realize that emotional pain is just as significant as physical pain. In fact, in many ways, if not nurtured properly, emotional pain can have more of a traumatic effect, affecting your mental health and physical body in ways you won't even imagine. All right? The ability to sit close and feel your painful emotions through the skill of willingness of acceptance is monumental in maintaining one's sanity. Trust me. Okay? What is an emotion? The way I break it down is energy in motion. E stands for the word energy, and motion is motion. In science, there's kinetic energy, and then there's potential energy, right? These both energy exist. Kinetic energy is energy in motion, and potential energy. And potential energy actually is stored energy, not in motion yet. Still waiting to be decided on. Who is in control of that energy and how it ultimately affects you is totally up to you. Here are 5 little tidbits to let you know you may be dealing with emotional pain. Some people may not know how to describe it or see it or recognize it. But here's some things you could use, okay? If you find yourself with excessive altruism, do you find yourself going overboard when putting other people's needs before yours? Being a caring person is a lot different from self-neglect. You have to learn to balance for your own self sanity, especially these days. There's a lot going on where you can take on people's burdens as an empath. Okay. Number 2, unhealthy rumination. Do you find yourself overthinking a situation to the point where you become emotionally distressed? This could be a sign that you are suffering from emotional pain and could very much benefit from some meditation, sitting, relaxing, maybe changing your diet. A lot of time, overthinking is a result of too much meat in your diet, red blood. It's a lot of science to this stuff, but we really want to look at things a little more differently when we're moving forward. Okay. Number 3, toxicity in relationships. Have you ever heard deep calls unto deep? Birds of a feather flock together. Iron sharpeneth iron. All these phrases speaking of magnetic manifestation. What you think sends out a vibration. All right. You in turn attract like vibrations. So please don't kill my vibe. Please don't kill my vibe. We like to complain, but a lot of times you just need to look at the man in the mirror, asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, you take a look at yourself and make a change. Well, let's get that done, right? All right, so in our relationships, we can be a little more healthier by allowing proper thoughts to process effectively. Then allow yourself positive feelings. Don't neglect them. Don't fight them. Don't be a disagreeable. Learn to be more of an agreeable individual. This don't mean agree with everything, but this means just flow with life. Okay? And you'll minimize toxicity in your relationships. But if you find that, this is a sign that you're suffering from emotional pain. All right? Another one I find very interesting is called sodomization. It's a psychiatric term, actually. This is a production of recurrent and multiple medical symptoms with no discernible organic cause. Psychiatric journals refer to this as a symbol of mentally applied pain, or they call it MAP, mentally applied pain for short. When you closely look at the word enemy and say it slow, there within you find the real problem. In me. So a lot of times to fix our dysfunctions, we can just change our stinking thinking. All right, to put it bluntly, find the balance. All right, number 5,
We have angry outbursts and frequent mood swings, or what I like to call TTS, Tourette's Threat Syndrome. That's actually mine. Learning to control your anger, your angry compulsions has a series of health benefits, from eliminating anxiety, minimizing depression, and lowering your blood pressure to start. Remember, where attention goes, energy flows. So remember this, loves. In conclusion, the main ingredient to processing pain is to first accept whatever that happened. The next step is just let it go. How to do that is up to you. Find the balance. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for turning in the Riot Language of the Unheard. This is a completion. Homeworks will be assigned. We have audio support and homework for you to study and learn and build on, that you would just retain the knowledge and have more tools in your actual toolbox, so you'll be able to fight or stand in the evil day. And again, evil is just the word live backwards. It's how people live. First thing you say when you say there's no evil, say, oh, yes, it is. Look at the news. People, all right? People living. Same with the word devil. It's the word lived backwards. But we're not getting into religion. We just like to break down words so we can look at the terms that are blocking us in properly, so we can reverse some of these spells from the spellings of these words that got us all thinking all kind of different ways. There's a reason why English is the most difficult language to learn. All right, but we'll get into that in more teachings. Thank you again, guys. Remember, all is well. I love you all, and to all, have a wonderful day. Grace and peace.